hello. Welcome back to the Big Fat Psychic channel. I'm so pleased to be reading again for you today. Okie dokie, so we're going to, somebody asked me the question and I'm going to try and answer it. So they asked me if Keir Starmer's son, who was staying with him at Lord Ali's flat during COVID, if that could be one of the Ukrainians that's been arrested for arson. So let's have a look. Was it? Actual loss of above. You caused it. I'm kind of feeling like a loss here. Was Keir Starmer's son that he made out in COVID? Is that true? This is something that's going to come back and bite him right in their chops. I think Keir Starmer was in a dark despair then. Is the 21-year-old Keir Starmer's son the arsonist? Absolutely, and Trump knows that as well. Does Trump know that this lad is related to Starmer? Absolutely. That's his security services, that. Working throughout. So he could have been working on his studies. What do I need to know about Keir Starmer saying his son was staying with him at Lord Ali's place? Well, this had been going on a lot longer than made out in COVID. Okay, a lot longer. Will the 21-year-old be revealed as Keir Starmer's son? We're getting telling lies here. Lies as well. So, lies that are exposed. Who is lying about it? Why haven't the three arsonists been charged with counter-terrorism offences? Because Starmer's saying it wasn't that. It wasn't that. Did the police know that Roman, the 21-year-old, is the son of Keir Starmer? They've got been left with no choice but to go ahead and do as they're told here. Will the 21-year-old be incarcerated for arson? Well, if he thinks he's getting away with this and out of it, he's sadly mistaken. Will the other two be told to take the blame? Well, they're just caught up in the crossfire, they are. What do they, do the two other Ukrainians, arsonists, do they know that the 21-year-old is the son of Keir Starmer? Yeah, and it's going to come out. What will they reveal? They're going to say they want, they didn't want to get involved. How does Keir Starmer feel about the 21-year-old? Yeah, he's got him on edge, alright. Got him on edge because he's fucking lying. Excuse my French, I'm so sorry. That just flew out. I do apologise. Yeah, it's got him right on edge. Do any of the media know that this Ukrainian is the son of Keir Starmer? Yeah. Yes, they do. And they know that Keir Starmer's frightened to death now of being caught out, named and shamed, humiliated as well. What's going on with the 21-year-old's mother? Can't say anything. So she's like, she's waiting to see what happens next. So this secret's been kept a long time for some reason. Why is this being kept a secret for a long time? In one way, I feel like they've just been asked not, voluntary. She's not said anything voluntary about it at all. She's just like stepped back, let things happen. How does this mother feel about a child being in prison? It's going to get sorted. She feels that somehow this 21-year-old will get off because it's not in the public's interest, or it's not in Starmer's interest to talk about it, admit it. Right now, while he's in prison, the currency's worth much more if she doesn't say anything, because then that way Starmer still has to act and do something to get him out. Whereas if it was well known right now, while he's in prison, then it'd all come out, it all blows up, and while he's still in the prison section, this lad's get out of jail card is Keir Starmer. Did these three arsonists, or would-be arsonists, did they work for Putin? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because somebody else knows what I'm saying is true. And they will reveal it. They will reveal it, okay? So, lies. As if Putin had sent 3 kids over to Starmer. He wasn't even in. Everybody knows that he'd moved into Downing Street, so there was no point. And why hasn't these 3 people been charged with the attempted murder of our Prime Minister? Which is a man of government, if not his word, a man of government, and that's an act of terrorism. Come on, what question was next? I don't like that. Have you seen that? That's all swords and then a massive shock. What's Keir Starmer fearing most in this situation? Upcoming headlines as well. Upcoming headlines. That is going to get found out. Shall we ask, how does, Putin and his government feel about Keir Starmer trying to pass these lads off as is? They're going to take charge and set it right. Do the Russians have any idea that this 21-year-old is Keir Starmer's son? I don't like it when it drags, but anyway. Oh, yeah. They also know about, Keir Starmer's wife not being happy as well. Has Keir Starmer's wife ever met the 21-year-old Ukrainian arsonist? Absolutely. Absolutely. Quite fond of him, actually. Well, that is not something I expected, guys, at all. How does the 21-year-old feel about Keir Starmer's wife? That is sorry. He's sorry for her, not for Keir Starmer. Just again, great changes. We got it there as well. Had enough. Why? What made the 21-year-old son so angry at Starmer that he carried out these arson attacks? He was angry. I think, this lad wanted to be recognised, okay, and that Keir Starmer, as you said, no, year after year, month after month, after fake promises, things will get better when I'm able to, Why did Keir Starmer feel then that he had to hide this boy? Because he wanted to get to the top. And if you have a Ukrainian lad who is your son, and you bring him over to stop him going through the war just after COVID, lied about him being in the house with Lord Ali, and then everything else. having a Ukrainian son, would that look bad if we're giving billions and billions and hundreds of billions to Ukraine? I think so. Kind of feel that would break the internet. But the wife's a funny one. What action does Keir Starmer's wife intend to take regarding this 21-year-old boy? I'm getting put online, something put online. It's not about fairness, it's about she's not going to keep the secret. Why did Starmer's wife leave her husband, and it was her that left him? Over this young man. Oh, that would be interesting, wouldn't it, eh? Did Mrs. Starmer disagree with Mr. Starmer keeping this lad in the background? There you go, rumours. So there's been rumours for years, apparently, that he had a child out of wedlock. I think she's amazed that people haven't put things together. Do you know what I feel? I feel like Mrs. Starmer has not known about this for a very long time, then finds out, and then it's still a secret. So I kind of feel like Starmer has been involved in this young lad's life for quite a number of years. I'd say all of his years. With Starmer, he must have known. So did Keir Starmer, know about this lad's birth? No, did Starmer know from the very beginning that this lad was his son? Yes. Absolutely. I've looked at Starmer yesterday. You know, back in the day, he was quite a good-looking fellow, actually. Shame about personality, like, but he wasn't an ugly guy, to be fair. In somebody's brother. Does Lord Ali believe the 21-year-old is Starmer's son? Yes, he's also aware of, all this trouble and gossip as well that it's been talked about. How does Lord Ali feel towards this 21-year-old arsonist? Well, you can't control him when he's in prison. You can control him on the outside, but you can't control him in the prison. So I would say Lord Ali is afraid of being exposed as well. Why was Lord Ali involved? What is the extent of Lord Ali's involvement with Keir Starmer's son? Yeah, keeping it out of the press. Keeping it out of press. Giving him somewhere to stay. You know, a hideout. Finances. The lot. I think everything goes through Lord Ali. Why would Lord Ali do that for Starmer? He knows what he was doing. He was helping his mate, you know, his mate, his lover, whatever, his cover. Did Lord Ali really buy underwear for Starmer's missus? I don't believe so. Although I do get something coming out there. I think all this will be cleared up, you know. Will the 21-year-old arsonist walk free on June the 6th? No. Absolutely not. Will the other two arsonists, will they get, you know, will they be free to go? I think all they're guilty of is, you know, wanting to make their mate feel better. You know, show how much they cared for him. Did the 21-year-old commit arson with Starmer's properties because he wouldn't acknowledge him publicly? Absolutely. It's his dirty little secret and he didn't want to be anymore. I think this kid's been in the UK from around about being age 17, so say 4 years ago. And I think it could have been after COVID. And I think he was definitely studying a term. So 17, that would be like what you get a sixth form college. So people stay in a school till they're 16 and then they get to go and do A levels for 17 and 18. Well, in that time, he would have struggled because it was COVID. So he would have had to do the work at home. He was studying at home. And to a certain extent, Starmer admitted that his son was there, staying with him. And then you've got the last couple of years that this young lad's been at university. So you go to, if you're 16 to 18, maybe 19, in your sixth form, and then you've got doing your A levels to get into uni, and then he's done 2 years at uni. I don't know, these aren't Putin's guys at all, okay, but I just want to ask because I think we've got some coming from Putin. What will Russia do now to Starmer, knowing that he's tried to put the blame on them? And that's another thing, okay? So if there was working for Putin, again, why aren't they being arrested and charged with counter-terrorism acts? What action will Putin take next? Going to make sure the past comes right up into the future. So it's going to, you know, they're going to bring it out. How does Keir Starmer feel about Putin being fingered for this? knowing full well it's a load of shite. How does he feel? Yeah, look at that. Battle is worried that they'll retaliate and what we'll say. What a fucking joke. Oops. I don't know if I've sworn twice in this. I'm ever so sorry. I don't know why it flew out. I don't know. Probably because it's well, this will be the language that's used as well, you know. Right, last but not least, when do we find out? All he has to do is put out a rumour, and then that rumour starts getting investigated. The press already know as well. They know he's at fault as well. So, you know, how long are we talking? How long before this all comes out? It comes from the young lad. And I tell you why, because, you know, he thinks he's all right for now. And then it's a young lad that tells us, because he'll think he's important. He's the Prime Minister's son. How does this young man feel about Starmer now? I don't know what to say. Can you imagine, right? People are going into that prison or his legal advice and everything else saying, don't talk. You know, we're still trying to make way. We're still finding our way to get you out. We're still doing this. We're still doing that. Telling him to keep shum. How will the public feel when they learn that this arsonist, 21-year-old, is actually Keir Starmer's son? How will the public feel? Pay what you were, pay what you were, pay what you were. I think they still kind of feel like the public will still feel like he's paid for it. Will this public still believe that, you know, this 21-year-old is a male escort? Yes. Will the public ever learn that this boy is Keir Starmer's son? No. Well, that can't be right because I've said it's coming out. Page of Cups reversed. Page of Cups. Blocked anxiety, lies. Oh, I get it. Well, people choose to believe that this lad is a rent boy rather than Keir Starmer's son because that's like the seed that's being put there. They could think, oh, they say it's his son to get out of rent boy things, I think. You know, I think a certain amount of the public will still want to believe that. It's more dirtier. You know, if an escort, this is what I'll say, if a male escort, right, goes to a client and it doesn't get paid, you think somebody like Keir Starmer in that position would not pay him when they've got thousands of pounds to play with and they wouldn't want to be blackmailed neither. So, you know, it's for me, I see it as that it's his son. And then they go, well, why would he do that? Oh, because he was pissed off, he was unhappy, maybe he was smoking wacky backy, maybe he'd done some coke, you know, got maybe he had mental health issues. Maybe he didn't like the fact that he was still a secret after all this time. Maybe he was sick of his mates not believing him. Maybe he was thinking, you know, that he would be treated differently if he was Keir Starmer's son. Okay, so if he was Keir Starmer's son, does this guy think he would have been treated differently, yes or no? Well, I don't know whether that was a no. It's as if the opportunity was never going to come around. If this kid has been hidden for 21 years, then it, you know, makes sense that it would things would never get better. Things would never get better. Will this kid tell the world that he is Starmer's son? Well, it goes online first before he says anything. It goes online. What action will Keir Starmer's wife take? Will she come out and publicly state that this kid is Keir Starmer's? I'm getting delays. Delays. I think she's going to it doesn't benefit her being the Prime Minister's wife. She doesn't like being with him. She doesn't like to talk to him. She can't stand him. Maybe she's worried about her own children. Okay, what next for this Starmer's boy? What next for this 21-year-old, please? Oh, his team are working hard to get him off. Could be a university story as well. What for the other two? What happens with them? What's next for them? Oh, yeah. Yes, okay. Yes or no? Are they going to say there was did it for Putin? Yeah. What, because he's the youngest? Show me what Putin will do. Well, I think they'll cause Keir Starmer to worry. With what they do next. Will Keir Starmer have to resign because of this situation? Well, they still try and argue his point, like. Battle to be won. Battle to be won. Does anybody in the Labour government know that this 21-year-old is Starmer's son? Yes or no? Yes, they all do. They all do. What will happen to the this 21-year-old on June the 6th when they're due at court, or whenever they're due at court? Yeah, it's not letting him go. All right, final card. What's the outcome for the 21-year-old in all this? Can't have what you want, so he's going to have to deal with it. That's it. Deal with it. So I did say before I saw two women, so I reckon that's Starmer's wife and this boy's wife, mother. The press know. The government know. You know, all these journalists should be done away with, really, because they're not doing the job properly. You know, why haven't we heard anything from this boy's mother? All the other two boys, his mothers, dads, brothers, friends, anybody at university, the landlord of the where they stayed. You know, all these kind of things. Why haven't we heard anything? I think you picked a fight with Putin now and you can't win it. Does Trump know? He's waiting. He's waiting. There's an opportunity there. Things aren't looking so good at the moment, but, you know, there's an opportunity there. Does Trump for 1 minute believe that Putin sent 3 young kids round to do Starmer's houses? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He believes it's much darker than that. Much darker. And that Keir Starmer's just trying to, you know, doesn't want to look bad. Well, when you have to hide a lie, you have to tell a lot more lies to hide that lie. Keir Starmer's been his own worst enemy. You know, just come out and say it. That's what Trump would say. Just come out and say it. Admit it. Because now, this looks so bad when it does come out that Keir Starmer has been involved. You know, they just won't partake it. I mean, if it had said right at the beginning, look, I had my son, you know, we've had a falling out, this, that and the other. But the fact people are going to pick up on the fact that they're not charged with counter-terrorism. And then about all the cloak and dagger, about the media, you know, being banned. It ain't being funny. Do your job, mates, and just get it out there. There's no justice in truth anymore. Okay, well, you know, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I just keep checking on it every few days because there's a lot to come and a lot more to come out as well, and a lot more questions on this. A lot more questions that will come out as well. But yeah, I don't believe it was for 1 minute, you know, any sexual gratification involved here. Okay, guys, that's it from me. I'll be back soon with another reading. Bye now. Bye-bye.